What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Yesterday we left off by seam sealing that blob behind me. So today we need to make sure that this is dry. Oh, it's dry. So that we can primer the car. Oh, this is good. Oh, it feels good too. Looks really good, actually. So then now that that's dry, I think this side was the last one I did, but it's a little tacky here. Well, this is actually the very last thing I did here. So now that that's good, we're gonna do our final sanding, and then we're gonna primer the whole engine bay. That would mean, I don't know if we'll be able to. We need to let that dry, and we have, I think, 3 different primer options. We have the same well-through primer we've been using. Shout out to cousin Andy. He overbought for his project, so now we have a good supply. There's that. I have this All-Star, just 2-in-1 primer that I bought for, I don't know what else, but this is from a paint shop, so that's good stuff. But I only have a can of that. And then I think we should have, let's look through all this real quick. Red, I don't know what color that is. That's like a gray, is this, no. I don't know what color that is, that's black. We should have primer here, but I guess not. That's blue, that's reducer, okay. So we really only have 2 different, we only have 2 different primers. So we're gonna have to use one of the, so we'll probably go with this well-through, it's Seymour, so it's good stuff too. So we'll probably use between Seymour, well-through primer, and then we'll use this 2-in-1 primer to primer the whole engine bay. And then I did buy a whole kit of Raptor liner that's in there that I might actually return because I was thinking to do more than I need to, and I just realized I still have a can of 3M undercoating that I bought years ago. So we're gonna use this, if it's so good, to clean up the wheel wells or cover up the wheel wells. It's not clogged. Let's see. Kind of does a good job covering up. What do you guys think? Looks good to me. I mean, that that looks kind of atrocious, actually, now that we put some undercoated on it. I definitely went a little too thick, or much thicker, which actually makes me afraid of when I put paint on these sections, that the paint's also gonna look that bad. But while we're doing it, let's finish it. This is good stuff, though. Okay. I mean, I think we could probably touch up the rest of the wheel well when we get into the suspension, but for now, cover that up. I'm not a fan of how this looks at all. but we're gonna let it be. We're gonna let it be because it's not about how it looks, it's about what it does, and it's doing the right thing. So that's all taken care of, which I should have probably waited to do that till the very end. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's gonna have some overspray in it for sure. I hope I didn't get any overspray inside here. I didn't. And nothing on this side, so that's good. So now we could primer this. Over here in this section, you can tell that there's not really much paint done under here. I mean, there's primer or whatever, but we didn't. You can see that there's no real clear coat here. So now that when we drop this, we can figure out if we wanna. I think what we'll do under here is undercoat. So we'll make like a tape line, probably along this edge here, where this bounce, and then we'll make sure this is clear. I'll put tape around here, but basically this whole tape line in there, we're gonna undercoat that because that's technically part of the wheel well, whereas the side of the frame rail and up is the engine bay, and that will cover up. That will make sure that this is sealed under here, and that this is finished properly. I'm excited. So that means we have to pick up the paint supplies tomorrow. But let's get out of here. And let's do some oh man, I don't have my tools. We're gonna have to use ratchets, but it'll work. Sure you guys saw that on the time lapse, but now we're in here. We're able to get to these areas where I couldn't get to before. Same thing here. This is a little, we're gonna ignore that for now, but back there I got everything. In here I got. Now we're gonna give this thing a wipe down and we'll be able to start laying the primer. All right, so I didn't shake this enough and this laid super thick. Sorry. I sound like I'm in outer space because I have a mask on. All right, anyways, so I shook it enough and now it looks better. So we're gonna have to wait for that to dry and we'll have to layer that a little bit more so we could smoothen that out, or also just let that be and when we sand it, clean it up. Anyways, let's finish primer. So here, I did it off camera, but here I did a rust reformer in the bottom, wherever there was any hints of rust, so that we didn't have to, or so that we don't have to deal with rust later on. So that should be dry now. My hand is just killing me. It would have been a little bit easier with a spray gun, but we're gonna use what we got. I hope that's enough POV for you guys, because that's all I got for today. This is actually hard. That thing really weighs down on your hand. Gotta show you guys. So everything's priming out. Obviously, there's gonna be some areas we have to touch up, but once we let this dry and sand it down, we'll know what areas we have to touch up, and then it'll be ready for paint. But that will be all part of one video. I don't want to milk this anymore. Looking at it, that bead, it looks way too thick. Like this one looks close to OEM. That one right there is just way too thick. So I'm gonna sleep on it, but I might have to actually like get like an X-Acto knife or something and cut that off and redo that section of it. I mean, I can live. This one looks really good. I can live with that there, but this just looks way too bulky there. That sticks out like a sore thumb. So I definitely want to replace that. Which even this section looks good. This section doesn't look great, but yeah, I want to fix that. And then once it's all in black, but this just sticks out way too much. I don't like the way that looks. So I either shave some of it off or I'll just cut it off. I gotta remove this sticker. I was gonna tape it off, but I don't really care to. We'll remove it and we'll clean that up. That's not a big deal. Everything is in. Now that we cleaned this up, you can finally see the two last numbers there. It looks like 23, but it's actually 28. We're gonna let this sit here. We're gonna leave the AC on and we're gonna let this sit overnight and come back tomorrow. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our shorts feed because we are doing a brand out for every new subscriber or follower we get on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. And so far it's day 18 and we're about to light it up for about 35 seconds today. So tune into our shorts to watch that, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video. Peace.